working with this garlic jar, I set up a ridge here, and I thought this would be a really nice place to put some slip and give another layer on. It's almost like putting another layer of clothing on, especially here where I live in the north. We dress in a lot of layers, and it's really interesting to put those layers on pots. And I think it's especially fun for me in that we've already removed material from the pots in trimming, and now I'm going to add material again. So maybe I can't make up my mind. So what I'm doing right now is just getting a layer on, and on the second go around I'm going to try to orchestrate that slip a little bit so that it doesn't look quite so chaotic. So I'm just pulling down the brush a little bit. I'm trying to control where I leave ridge lines with that brush. Really enforces that the bottom half is different than the top half of the piece. And it's great when the slip is wet. You can keep working with it. And I just wanted to put a little bit of a stronger line in here. So I'm using this self-made serrated rib with a piece of plastic and using a file to make lines in it. And I get some strong lines coming through that slip by raking it through the slip. And I'm just kind of wiping excess slip off that foot. All right, so we have a real strong transition between the bottom and the top half. One of the last things that I want to do with this garlic jar is make some kind of opening for airflow, a little bit of airflow in this jar. And because this particular jar this is a lot about lid. The lid is really prominent on this jar. So it's very hut-like. And I'm going to create something that just evokes the feeling of a little window in this. So what I'll do is mark this into a sort of geometry in that I'll have 4 sides to it. So I'll have 4 windows essentially. I'm just going to make a little mark. And so I know where that mark is basically. And I have this little piece of aluminum that is rectangular. And I have found that if the clay is just the right consistency, I can just work it into the clay with a little bit of support from my fingers on the back side. There's an indentation here, and then it's pushing out here, and I can take a knife and just cut that off, and then I'll have a square, a rectangular little window. This little piece of aluminum is an insert from a router bench, so I'm borrowing it till I find another one like this. And this would work with a wooden dowel or anything like that. Anything that's pretty hard. I've noticed that the material being really hard is helpful. So I can just go in and pull some of that off. And it isn't opened yet, so then I take another go around and push all the way through. And then it's pretty nice and clean. And then I take a little bit of water and just soften those. All right, and this one feels like it could use a little bit of a cut out of the foot as well. And I'm going to try to go right between the little windows. And I always like to get my hands in here to have the feeling of my hand softening that ring in the inside a little bit.